Hi, in this video we are going to see how can we convert a table, each row into a column like this, column 1 and column 2. So that is the first row, and then second row will become column 3 and column 4, and third row in this way. Okay, so this video is on this topic, and I am going to show you how can we use list.accumulate function on this specific scenario. So if you haven't watched my previous video on this list.accumulate topics, I will suggest you to watch that video first, and I'm going to put that link in cards or in the description. So basically the idea is we want to convert each row into a table. Let's get it started. I'm going to pull this data into Power Query. So Alt APT to get the data in Power Query. So basically I'm going to show you a couple of things before going to dive into complex scenario. So let me just show you that how to create a table using this table function. Okay, so you can create a table like this. This is going to be a blank table. Right now, if I just specify that this is my call, you can see that I can create a table like this. So using this table constructor. Okay, so we are going to use that one. Okay, so or maybe I can say this is my initial table. Okay, now you can see that I have a table and I want to convert each row into columns, right? So how can we do this? Let me show you that if I just say table dot two rows and then specify the source step, then I will get a list view of each rows and it will not have any column. Okay, it will just have the values like this. Now this is my list, so I can use list.accumulate on this particular list, right? So let me show you that. So list.accumulate, and this is my list, and my seed is going to be my initial table. Okay, so that's why I created that table. And then I'm going to show you that accumulator, right? So that will be outer state. I'm going to explain why I'm using outer state and outer, or I could just say row, right? Right now it's the first row or second row or something like that. So this is my accumulator for this outer list.accumulate. Now in this section, just consider that this is my initial table, right? And I want to add each of those value into a column. So I could just say that table.add column for each of this value on this topic, right? This one, this one, this one, and so on. So that's why I need another list.accumulate to add each value from this row into a column, right? So I could just say I need the list, so that is going to be my row, and seed is going to be my outer state. So outer state initially will be this initial table, right? So that is my outer state, and then I need that accumulator function. So inner state and each item of this row list, right? So that is the item, and now I can just say table.add column. So the table will be my inner state, and then column name I'm just going to say call, and let's put a space, and table.column count. So if I say table.column count, and then I can just say okay, whatever we have up to this initial table, so that is going to be this inner state right now, count that particular column and then increment 1, and that is going to be added, right? So text dot from, because we are going to convert this into text, so plus 1. So we are adding 1 to the previous column count, and this is my inner list, so list.accumulate, and this is my outer list.accumulate, which expect between 3 and 4. So let's see, list.accumulate row, outer state, table.add column. Oh sorry, so we need the value, right? So that's the column name. So table.add column, and then column generator is going to be each item. And look at this, just see how this is processing. So initially we have this initial table, that is call, and value was 1. Now we are just saying that for each of the value of each of the list, add a column, right? So now if you look at this, we have Malaysia and 72. So Malaysia will be column 2, 72 will be column 3, right? So that's what this is doing, that column 2 and column 3. Now we need to change this name, right, in the consistent way. So I could just do this, that intermediate table, let's say. So this is my intermediate table, and I am going to drop the first column. So table dot remove column, and this is my table, and I am going to remove that column. That is the first column that was in my initial table, right? So now I need to change this name, but in a consistent way, right? So to do that, let me just do something that if I just say table dot, so let me just get this and do that in this step, right? And then that is going to be call. So I don't need this step. Okay, so I do have this column. Now I'm going to do something that list dot repeat. So we have this shorts table, so table dot column names shorts, but the problem is that if I just say okay repeat twice, you can see it just saying country count, but I don't want that. I want like country 1 count 1, country 2 and count 2, and in this way, right? So what I am going to do, I'm going to count how many times I need to do this, right? So table dot column names, this will give me that 6 column. I could just use like table dot row count on this one, but let's do in this way. So I can see this, right? Now list dot split, right? Now how many times, table dot column count, that is in the shorts. Now you can see it's converted into 3 lists, right? Now I want to convert these, right? Like now list dot position, what this will give me, just, sorry, I could just do this in different way. I can just see 0 1 2, so why do I care? I need to repeat, right? So I can just say table dot row count, and that row count will be my shorts table. So I get 3, and then I could say 0 minus 1. This will give me my list 0 1 2, and now I can say transform, and now the transform will be each, so that is the index. And now I'm going to say table dot column names, that is my shorts, so I need to do transform again. Transform, this is my list now, so let's convert this into index. Okay, so we get this list of transform and each, then that is going to be whatever column names, so that is underscore and delimiter is a space and then index plus 1. I need text, so text dot from, so country 1 count 1, country 2 count 2, and country 3 count 3, and then I can just say list dot union, that's my new list, right? So I need one more step, list dot shape, table dot column names, that is going to be my intermediate table, and this is my sorry, this need to be a list format, and look at this. So column 2 will be country 1, column 3 will be count 1, and column 4 will be country 2, and so on. So this is my rename map, call rename map, and then it's a baby step, rename columns, that is this one, intermediate table, and this is my rename map, and that's it. Close and load, and let me load this to here, table, and load it here, so we can see visually. So you can see country 1 count 1, country 2 count 2, country 3 and count 3, and ideally the main step is list dot accumulate part, right? Because we are doing that processing. So basically we have two major steps here. One is that creating this intermediate table using list dot accumulate, to nest list dot accumulate, so nested list dot accumulate. So that is the main part, to create the table from this structure, basically from this source structure. And the next part is renaming mapping, and that's it for this video. So thank you for watching, and if you like my content, consider subscribing. Have a good day.